School, the memories shared by both parents and their children. Each educator that has touched our lives has made a difference in how we see the world. They're never forgotten as we become older. The impact made by those who share a classroom with us, specifically the friends made along the way, cannot be measured. Our educational experience has shaped and shifted who we are as human beings today. Imagine having that part of your life taken away, and there remains missing memories and the loss of necessary life skills. Opportunities to experience something new and exciting gone before you even had a chance to start. There's one simple question that outlines the reality of not just this issue, but the way in which we as human beings conceive the reality of decisions made each and every day. What is the consequence of choice? We perceive consequence as human beings through our own individual eyes. Consequence seen as detrimental to our own ways of life may not be seen as consequential to others. Consequences seen as detrimental to its unique way of fitting into the emotions and future decisions of an individual drastically affect how someone else may feel, even if they were not in direct contact with the occurrence or the issue. It only makes its true impact on one individual, while the ripple effect of the consequence spreads outwards towards others. One example of a most influential ripple effect has recently resurfaced and made its mark on education here in the United States. The school voucher system here in the United States has quickly become both a crucial and concerning discussion amongst policymakers in Washington, D.C., and educators across the country. The lack of unity on the subject disguises and prevents the origin story of the school voucher program from being told and what its true purpose in modern education is. In this and countless other examples that drives our willingness to see it change for the common good. The school voucher system in the United States is based upon the concept of parents' choice, that the guardian has the ability to choose the school that best fits the need of their child. These vouchers can be distributed to families who choose to utilize school vouchers in two separate ways. In 1989, the state of Wisconsin was the first to pass the usage of school vouchers meant to exclusively benefit low-income students and families of the Milwaukee School District. At the state level, vouchers are scholarships meant to benefit the private school option for families. At the national level, school vouchers are specifically built to benefit and assist low-income students with specific learning disabilities, giving them the opportunity to learn in a non-traditional environment, made possible almost 28 years ago. In 2004, the school voucher program shifted from stateside to national, passing the United States Congress to help benefit students in specifically low-performing schools. The thought process behind passing school vouchers for low-income students in low-performing schools was clear and highly motivating for educators and parents. As with most everything in education, however, cost plays a large role in the school voucher's effectiveness within the past 13 years, and its ability to produce positive results. When it comes to students with special needs or mild to severe disabilities, school vouchers will only cover certain costs associated with the required privatized special education services. The school voucher's goal is to cover the institutional expenses, including enrollments and fees. Cannot afford to pay on top of the calculated expenses are left out of the school voucher and private school option. What does this leave for the perks of a unique and specialized education? Simply those who can afford it have the greatest chance to obtain a school voucher. A national program designed to help those in need, but refuses to make it inclusive and affordable enough so all families and children can benefit from it. There's something greatly disturbing and concerning about this reality. In a 2007 Pennsylvania Supreme Court case, a key example of school vouchers' ripple effect became very clear to the parents of one special needs student, whose education dramatically changed because of misinformation and confusion surrounding the school voucher program. Under IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Act, students in the United States who qualified for special needs services within a school district are legally entitled and are guaranteed a FAPE, or a free and public education. If the student meets the requirements of the IEP, the Individualized Education Plan, during the testing period, services outlined in said legally binding document must be given in a least restrictive environment and preferably by a certified professional. In the case of Lower Merion School District versus Doe, student Doe did not qualify for special education services. The student did qualify, however, for therapy services under a 504 plan, a much more simplified documentation of occupational therapies, physical therapies, and assistance with small portions of academics. In response, Doe's parents enrolled their child in a private school within this district using a school voucher, while additionally enrolling student Doe in the public elementary school so that 504 services could be continued. In response, the school district filed a hearing against the parents, saying the student could not attend the private school and receive services at the separate institute. It was concluded, and a decision was made based on the Supremacy Clause of the United States Constitution, that in the state of Pennsylvania could not rule against the established 504 plan to meet the request of the public school, and that in doing so would be a conflict of interest in the part of the state of Pennsylvania in the United States Constitution. Student Doe was allowed to attend the private school while receiving services at the public school. But there's one key aspect of the Supreme Court decision that looms large in the grand scheme of the case in the security of special education legalities. Not once did the court, specifically Chief Justice Cappy, appeal to the Lower Merion School District to speak about the 504 plan being implemented and addressed at the private school that student Doe was attending. Why would the parents duly enroll their student at a private school and a public school while the 504 services were still in play and are being carried out at the public school, when it is by law the job of the school district specifically to provide services at all their institutions? When the parents had applied for the school voucher, the district would have been made aware of this taking place, and the institute would have to have seen if the students met all the requirements to attend the school, specifically the private school, including the review of the 504 plan being transferred into their records. With over 50,000 students estimated to attend private schools through the use of school vouchers by the end of this year, 2017, more cases such as student Doe's will begin to appear. By the year 2025, it is predicted that by the United States Department of Education, that more than 51,000 students will be attending private school institutions for learning, all with various learning needs and styles. In an interview with 15-year special education teacher and Granite State College graduate Mary Vogt, we discussed the effect of school vouchers on special education here in New Hampshire, specifically the Seacoast area. It was made clear to me that specifically in this specific region of the state, there are a variety of options for students who wish to utilize school vouchers. In the town of Exeter, Mary addressed the Heronfield Academy in Hampton Falls, an alternative to the middle school and really a hotspot for school vouchers. Mary says Heronfield Academy is becoming a hotspot for private school vouchers, especially as students leave the 5th grade. She does no longer work in the 5th grade, but she works in the 4th grade and hears things about what's happening with school vouchers. Mary exclaims, laughing, "It's quite fascinating to see the students' mindset change once they know that they are through 4th and 5th grade, that they really may not get to see their friends again." Mary continues her thoughts, saying, in frustration, especially for my 504 kids, it's quite frustrating for them, and myself when I find out that they've been denied admittance into Heronfield because financially, on top of the school voucher, it was not realistic. At what point does opportunity trump money, Mary says. Unique learning opportunities are for all, not a select few. I found this discussion quite shocking, that the cost could be so high that even the school voucher had no impact on the final price to get into that private school. The consequence of choice in the case of Seacoast, New Hampshire parents, specifically in Exeter and the Heronfield area, is the cost of sending their child to a private school. This is where you, the taxpayers of New Hampshire, feel the greatest impact. The consequence of choice with school vouchers has become clear for students with special needs. There's no choice without a consequence. Attending a private school using school vouchers does not guarantee admittance, nor the opportunity to receive necessary services that could benefit each and every part of the student's education. When the opportunity does arrive, the consequence of price becomes a sudden and scary reality for families. Do we, the American public, want to be undefined on this matter and continue to let the opportunity for a beneficial education slide away because of a misdirected school voucher program? Yet, the school voucher program has potential, and in no way has it damaged opportunities for those who have the necessary funds to make it possible. However, there are those who have been misguided by its message and its purpose. Pay the cost. It is up to us and you, the taxpayers, and local voices, and the national audience, to make sure that special needs students and those at the forefront of unique learning opportunities get that chance. Ask the hard questions. Seek out the answers. Be a voice of equal opportunity, like that memorable teacher that we all remember, the one that advocated for us and made our education possible. We can be the voices that never go forgotten. That's my persuasive speech, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it here in the discussion board, and I look forward to hearing everyone else's. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you soon in the discussion.